This is Cassandra. She is a Seal Point Siamese kitten. When Leslie said she wanted to foster a sightless kitten for a few weeks, I was a bit apprehensive. No, let's say I was a lot apprehensive. I just wasn't sure how you deal with a sightless kitten. Eating, places to play, getting hurt, bumping into things, etc., etc. But I was totally wrong to worry about those things and quickly learned to worry about all the same stuff you worry about with any kitten. Litter boxes, eating, weight, exercise, and most of all, making them feel safe and comfortable. The difference is not moving things around and providing consistency. Now, keeping in mind Leslie does 99.99% of the work, and I just follow instructions, I shouldn't have been as worried. Normally, we don't get any background information on the Fosters, but we did get a little of Cassandra's story. So I want to say kudos to the Good Samaritan who found her and brought her to the shelter. This little girl was in rough shape and a lot of pain, and unfortunately had to have her eyes surgically removed. They were too far gone to save. We have found Cassandra to be just as energetic and curious and sometimes more adventurous than any other kitten. She does all the same stuff the other kittens do, but because she can't see, all of her other senses, hearing, smell, touch, and taste, have become heightened and finely tuned to make up for the lost vision. You can actually watch her making mental maps, navigate, play with her toys. You can see her test things out, and then the next time just act as if she can see. It is truly amazing, but because of her heightened senses of vibration and hearing, we find we have to walk around a lot softer than usual, and we have to have the TV on or classical music in the background, just so that she knows our schedule, daytime versus nighttime. You learn not to approach her too quickly without warning or from the rear, and try to make a little noise by talking to her or rubbing your fingers together. She can hear food cans being opened. She actually looks up at you when you talk to her. Well, not look at you, but you know what I mean. Although it's definitely true that familiarity breeds contempt, in cases like this, it's a necessity. It is something, though. She can't see you, but when she positions her face to look up at you, right in the face, and sometimes touch your nose and reach out with her paw to touch you, it's almost scary. You almost think she can see you. Since we are only going to have her for a few weeks, we didn't want her to get used to our living space layout. We initially didn't want to let her getting used to a new place even harder by messing up her road map. So we had her in a play area of 2 pens joined together, where her business area is in one section and her play and sleeping area is in another. It's incredible how she maneuvers and finds her toys and sleeping area, and then the food and water areas. She has always found her litter box. We have had no accidents. However, after the first week, it was obvious she wanted out to explore. So we brought her out of the pen and realized our fears were unfounded. She pranced around nose and tail in the air and learned the lay of the land pretty quickly. There'll be a second video of her mostly outside the pen. We are sure that once in her new home, she will learn that layout and behave pretty much the same as any kitten with sight. Blind cats take between 2 days to a week to learn their new environment and can pretty much lead wonderful lives. Due to her surgery, her whiskers were cut off, but will eventually grow longer to help with the task of navigating her surroundings and identifying things, but that will take longer than we will have her. To provide her with a little more stimulus, when we take her out of the pen, she's always with us on the couch, so that it's now another familiar area that she has mastered. You can tell that she is memorizing textures of pillows, couch fabric, and blankets. Once she has them in her memory banks, she darts across them. It's actually quite amazing. She climbs all over it, even jumping from the back of the couch to the seat cushions. She listens to the traffic, and we let her touch the window just to get the difference in the feel of the couch and the smooth glass. We have taken more videos than stills for her because we wanted to show her moving around and show how active she actually is. She is always looking to expand her area, so it's difficult to keep her restricted. She is extremely affectionate, loves to be held, and seems to like 15th century music. It's always nice when a kitten climbs up and trusts you enough to fall asleep on you, but it's different when a sightless one climbs up and feels safe enough strictly due to kitten's senses to fall asleep. Although we are supposed to try to discourage biting from a kitten that's using your hand as a play toy, with a sightless kitten sometimes that biting isn't done for play. It helps in identifying who she is with. You wouldn't think she could tell the difference, but she can. We always have her toys at hand to transition her when she wants to play versus identify. I was also concerned, how would we know when she was asleep, as silly as that may sound? Well, that also turned out to be unnecessary, because you can tell just by her actions, or lack of it, and definitely her breathing. Although she has begun to feel secure enough to sleep outside the pen area, as with all blind cats and kittens, she will sleep with her back against a wall or Leslie's leg or the back of the couch. This provides her with a bit of security and let her guard down a bit. Since her ability to feel vibrations and sounds are heightened, we try to be even more quiet and soft in our steps than usual. Her outside naps keep getting a bit longer each time. We do try to be around her when she wakes up, though just in case she's a bit disoriented, or maybe that's just our paranoia. I do think that one of the hardest things is not letting her run around the room freely. The other thing is outside noises which you cannot control. Police or fire truck sirens. If she's sleeping, it makes her jump, and you can tell she was a bit afraid of the noises. So you just have to keep petting her and talking to her so she knows that you are right there. I will openly admit that ever since I saw as a kid the Siamese cats in Lady and the Tramp, I was not a fan of this breed. We are Siamese if you please. We are Siamese if you don't please. But Cassandra has pretty much taken care of that little issue. Although all our fosters are special, Cassandra is a bit above the special mark. Whoever she goes to will be surprised and amazed with her abilities and her adaptation to the different world she should have known. I commend whoever adopts this little girl.